All right, we're going to make a video here of spring wood duck house inspections. Because of some of the work that we did, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago, we've kind of become the local wood duck guys. And I get a lot of people who ask me these questions, and so we're going to try to make a video and clear some things up. So this is like the middle of March. We're in the middle of COVID-19 madness, and so we need something good to do. So Archer and I went out today in order to get our wood duck boxes ready to go for spring. So it's mid-March, which is a good time to do this in central Wisconsin. So we take this just fine shavings, the fine stuff. You don't want the flake stuff because it can be sharp on the edges and can cut ducks' legs, especially the babies. So we get the fine stuff. What do you got up there?
Geese.
A bunch of geese flying around.
A lot of geese.
So we got some cool stuff to show you. We went through and we did our wood duck houses on our property here at home. Today, and we find a bunch of stuff in our wood duck houses. So what do we got first, Arch? So these guys, you know what that is?
Membrane?
That's the membrane from inside the shells of a successfully hatched duck. And so if you're careful and when you go through a house, you can kind of pull these out and you can count how many of them you got, and you can get a pretty good idea of how many successful hatches you had out of that house. Okay. What else we got in here, buddy? Yeah, so that right there is actually an owl pellet. We got several of them here. And so these guys, screech owls, take over our wood duck boxes in the wintertime. And so when a screech owl eats a mouse, usually it ends up regurgitating the bones and whatnot out of its crop after it gets its digestion started. And so these things are better than any puzzle. You give these things to kids, and if you take them apart, what's inside there?
Bones.
Yeah, what kind of bones?
Mouse bones.
Usually mouse bones, right? And so you can put these things together like a puzzle. Actually, you can buy these. Biology teachers buy these things to have kids take apart and learn what the owl ate, and you can kind of put the skeleton together. So this is what you do for fun when you're a Peterson kid at the Peterson house. Some people think that this is kind of a strange thing to do. I think giving a kid a cell phone is kind of a strange thing to do. So we take apart owl pellets instead. And lastly, kind of the jackpot, the thing I was excited to find to show you guys tonight is that we had a nest that for, I don't know, God only knows the reason, that we had a nest where there was 6 eggs left in there, and so the nest was abandoned. And people often ask me about this. This is a good chance for me to show you the difference between a hooded merganser egg and a wood duck egg. Okay, so they are approximately the same size, right? The white egg is a little bigger than the brownish egg. It's also, the white egg is slightly more round. The brown egg is a little bit more classic egg shaped. The brown egg is a wood duck egg, and the white egg is a hooded merganser egg. What happens is, around here at least anyway, the mergansers beat the wood ducks back by usually a week or so. And so a hen lays 1 egg a day in her house. And so if a merganser starts in a nest and starts laying an egg, there might be a couple eggs in there, and wood ducks get back, and since they might not be at exact the same, they're all usually in the morning, but they might not be in exact the same time, what happens is they start competing for that nest site. And so they'll each lay an egg a day in that nest until one of them decides to sit, and then they have the battle royale. It's kind of like Royal Rumble, like WWE. And the winner gets to keep the nest site and raises a mixed brood. If you watch our last live webcam video of that, we had a good mixed brood the last time that we streamed one live on the internet. So that's the difference between a wood duck egg and a hooded merganser egg. So it was just a really lucky thing to have a house that had both of them in, and they stayed in there over winter. So I'm going to try not to drop these. My guess is if I drop these, the result is not good. But there you go. You got a good close-up look of what's inside there. Anything else in there? We got some shells, right, that we pulled out. So you should look for broken shells. That means we had successful hatches as well. But we should have all of our houses reset and ready to go for the new nesting season. I'm hoping that we'll get a good chance to see a jump this year on the property, because I think we might be around with nothing much to do this year. So hope everybody's doing well. Stay healthy.
I found bones.
There's bones. Okay, that's what we're talking about. You put that together, it's like building a Tyrannosaurus Rex, except for
Mice.
except for tastier.
Teeny little itty bitty mice.
Anyway, thanks for watching.